scores, but I will read them to you guys after we get the culmination of the 50-yard freestyle. Right now, it is the 200-yard, the 50-yard freestyle. That is event number 4. Swimmers in the water now. It is Allie Schreier from Grafton, impressive swimmer from Schreier in the Grafton relay. Lily Bulwin, senior from Bromfield School, and the junior from Minnetonka, Mary Wojtowicz, is in lane number 4. Right now, it is the Grafton swimmer, Schreier. Wire-to-wire finish. She's going to touch first. Really good power, really good turnover rate. 26.76. Her seed time was a 27.24, so she's shaving about 5/10 off of her time. Pretty darn good swim. These are going to be coming at you live fast here. These are going to go by real quick, and I think there will be an extended break after this. And we will see what's happening. Okay, they said heat number 2. Now the official's walking over saying something to somebody. Not sure what, but while I tell you, they're having the women step down. It looks like we might be missing a swimmer. Oh no, there's no lane 6 swimmer. So, officials looking at each other, no one's saying anything. Person at the front desk. Something's happening. Possibly some kind of issue. And now the swimmers are standing back up. It's Alice Gaiduchova in 1. Keegan Klein's in 2. Sophia Padres in 3. Evelyn Aerofivev. Aerofivev is in lane 4. I've seen her before. Adriana Garcia is in lane 5. So fast seat time 26.97. Don't know what's going on here with the delay, but the swimmers are in the water, as you see. Pretty much off the wall. Can't tell you who I see first. I'll tell you it was lane 2. Lane 2 is Keegan Klein. She posted a time, a freshman from Monument Mountain. They have some fast swimmers over there at Monument Mountain. 27.17 was the time. She's going to beat that. Whoa, 25.72. Big drop from Keegan Klein. That's a fast swimmer name. There's a couple kids that you just see, and you read a name, and the name sounds like a fast swimmer. And wow, look at the face of excitement on her as she turns to her coaches and very excited. 25.72 from the freshman. Monument Mountain looking very nice and very fast here from the swimmers that they are bringing to this championship. Okay, as they got out of the water, Heat 3, the consolation final, will be getting in the water. It is going to be Jackie Rocca-Bruna is in lane 1. Nyai Nguyen is in lane 3. Eliza Ikobuke is in lane 3. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. It's Cassidy Richards in lane 4. Mia Bulatovitz is in lane 5. And Vinci Chuang. Ikobuchi is in lane 3. She's a senior from East Longmeadow. She has a 26.47, is Eliza. Hopefully my butchering of her last name will not inhibit her from having a fast swim. She's in the neon green and the red cap. She's the first one taking her mark. Really good position here. High hips, all that momentum moving forward. She's ready to rock and roll. Out. Off the blocks fast. On top of the water first is Eliza in lane 3. No clear winner. This is Salt. There is the Minichog Cassidy Richards. Right on her tail. Eliza, Cassidy, who's going to touch first? Looks like it's going to be Cassidy. 26.09, so actually, yeah, Keegan Klein's 25 is definitely going to be something that we see here. And the coaches, I can still see her over there. She's in disbelief. She's like, I would have beat everybody in this heat right here. That 25 would have got her into the fastest heat possibly beating out some people in this. I'm not sure if it's open or closed heats. I will find that information out for you. And we'll find out later when they get the information if she's jumping up here. But I do believe it is open and not closed off heats. But it's different for every state. I broadcast Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts. So it's a little different all over the place. The Minnechaug coaches now feeling pretty good about her swim as 26:09 was Cassidy Richard. She dropped about 0.6 of a second. Here we go. Final heat of the 50-yard freestyle for the ladies. In lane 1, McKenna Hale. In lane 2, Faith Keroack. In lane 3, your fastest seed time, Lucy Smith, a senior from AP. Rowan Albertson's in lane 4, a freshman from AP. Gabriella Bulatowicz is in lane 5, and Mia Zuccalo is in lane 6. The Italian names I'm better with. And it is the AP senior, 24:92 is the seed time. That is incredibly fast. She's touching at a 24:52, dropping time, and it looks like fourth place overall would have went to Keegan Klein. So if it's open, she's got a top 4. As Keegan got 4th overall and stays pretty darn fast. Does she be at lane 3 somewhere? Not quite. So she would go in the top 3. Rowan Albertson from Amherst Pelham, 25:04. In second, Faith Keroack in lane 2 with a 24:87. Also impressive swim. But then Lucy Smith, the senior from AP, doing the AP stuff, 24:52.
Senior out of Westford Academy. We move now into the women's 50-yard freestyle. Peyton Gibbs, the senior out of Triton, in lane 2. Elora Sayeb, the senior out of Bedford, in lane 3. Bella Petinato, the junior out of Weston, in lane 4. Lydia Mossy, the sophomore out of Lincoln Sudbury, in lane 5. And Haley Tran, the sophomore out of Malden, in lane 6.
And right now we've got an outside smoke going in lane number 6. Haley Tran of Malden. Wow.
She's got it.
She dominated that heat. 25:75. Again, the Division I qualifying cut 26:32 for the Division II cut.
Quickly, we'll bring up heat number 2 before they hit the pool. In lane number 1, Eleanor Bacon, senior out of Newton South. Kiara Schauder, sophomore out of Wayland, in lane number 2. Eloise Andrews, the junior out of Westford Academy, in lane number 3. Sarah Fernandez, the sophomore out of Gloucester, in lane number 4. Lucia Antonucci, freshman out of Mystic Valley Regional, in lane 5. Jenna Foster, senior from Newton South, in lane 6. Kyla Jalanis, a junior out of Weston, in lane 7. And Allison Graff, the senior out of Lincoln Sudbury, closest to us, in lane number 8.
Just quickly, that 25:75 by Tran would put her 4th if everything were to hold. And right now, again, we are seeing a strong swim up at the top in lane number 1, Eleanor Bacon of Newton South. But this is a dead heat. Everything is tightened up.
And unofficially, it is given to Antonucci, a freshman out of Mystic Valley.
She touches first, 26:35.
26.50 was your second place finish. That was Sarah Fernandez, and 26.51 right behind her, Eloise Andrews from Westford Academy. Fernandez from Gloucester. Moving on, heat 3 of 4. Anna Coleman in lane 1, senior out of Marblehead. Tamara Popofsky, junior out of Lincoln Sudbury, in lane 2. Rura Krikorian, the senior out of Westford Academy, in lane 3. Lana Albuquerque, the sophomore out of Mystic Valley Regional, in lane 4. Margaret Lulu, the freshman out of Weston, in lane 5. Tess Ward, junior out of Concord Carlisle, in lane 6. Ada Schulman, the junior out of Wayland, in lane 7. And Maddie Coing, senior out of North Reading, in lane 8.
And right now, it was Coleman who was first at the 25. Once again, the field is moving back, but I think we're looking at an outside smoke in lane 1. Coleman, 25:89.
Coleman followed by Schulman, then Ward, Margaret Liu, Albuquerque, and then Pavovsky and Krikorian, and then lastly going. Brings up heat 4-4, Madeleine Hallowes, the junior out of Salem, in lane number 1. Farthest from us, Bridget Hogan, senior out of Lincoln Sudbury. In lane 2, Maddie Schiller, the senior from Weston. In lane 3, Catherine Newark, the freshman of Westford Academy. In lane 4 in the middle, Zoe Zalkine, the junior of Newton South. In lane 5, Abrahamian, sophomore out of Wayland. In lane 6, Deirdre Brown, the senior out of Wayland. Next to her in 7, Brittany Niaga, the freshman out of Mystic Valley, closest in 8.
And again, we've got just a really tight race under the flags. It looks like it's going to be lane 4. And it is lane 4, 25-33.
That's Catherine Newark, the freshman of Westford Academy.
Second place up in lane 1, Madeleine Hallowes of Salem. Third was Bridget Hogan, 25-53. And fourth in lane 5, 25-60. It looks like Haley Tran, all the way up from heat number 1, may have come in this race 5th, because the 5th place time was lane 7.
And first overall, Jessie McNeil, senior from Bridgewater Raynham. We move on to the women's 50-yard freestyle. In this event, there are only 2 racers. We have 3 on our sheet, but it looks like it's only Evangelina Chavez and Carly Steenstra in the race right now. Steenstra from Barnstable, Chavez from Bridgewater Raynham.
And our state qualifying D1 time, 26.8. D2, 26:32. Both athletes chasing that. And it will be lane 4, 26:23.
Evangelina Chavez.
And a lot of joy here in the stands and in the pool as she punches her ticket to next weekend.
Shattering her seed time. And now we'll quickly move on to heat 2. We have 5 heats in this one, so we'll go quickly. Number 1, Mackenzie Gilmore, the freshman from Scituate, in lane number 1. Anna Koch, the junior from Medfield, in lane number 2. Trinity Coleman, the sophomore from New Bedford, in lane number 3. Addison Rhodes, the sophomore from Hanover, in lane number 4. Caroline Ho, in lane number 5. The freshman from Dover Sherborne, Maya Giari, the junior from Sandwich, in lane number 6. And closest to us, Jay Brown, junior from Dedham, in lane number 7.
And this race, the splash and dash, it's all turnover. Reaction time on the start, streamline on the finish, and we're going to get an outside smoke here, our first one of the night, lane 7, 26:42.
That is Jade Brown, the junior out of Dedham.
But it is Chavez who's 26:23 is the fastest time so far.
And in heat number 3, that is impressive back in heat number 1. Moving on to heat number 3, in lane number 1, Maeve Lynch, swimming from Scituate. Olympia Hall in lane number 2, the junior out of Martha's Vineyard. In lane number 3, Isabel Eng, junior out of Quincy, North Quincy. In lane number 4, Annabelle Martin, the sophomore out of Cohasset. In lane number 5, Avery Serpa, sophomore out of Bishop Feehan. In lane number 6, Lori Lee Purda, senior out of Duxbury. Fiona Taft in lane number 7 out of Cardinal Spellman. And Olivia Scalor, the junior out of Hopkinton, closest to us in lane number 8.
And again, this is a type of race where we're really seeing limited breathing. I was watching, had my eye on lane 4, the swimmer in Annabelle Martin from Cohasset.
And they will give it, I thought so, it looked like Avery Serpa, a sophomore out of Bishop Feehan in lane number 5.
Lane 5, 26:26, 26:27 in lane 3, 26:28. Can't get a tighter race than that.
That's right.
And that was lane 4. My eye on Annabelle Martin. Just took 2 breaths. One at the flags going out and one about 10 yards down coming back.
And Isabel Eng as well, right in the mix too.
And those swimmers all made the division faster cut in this race as the Division II state cut.
Heat number 4, the girls line up on the podium. Olivia Templeton, senior out of Duxbury, lane number 1. Isabel Hardwick, junior out of Nauset, lane number 2. Emma Ismerlich, freshman out of Hingham. In lane number 3, Leela Evans. In lane number 4, sophomore out of St. John Paul, Maddie Fitzgerald. Lane number 5, junior out of Bishop Feehan, Katrina Tran. In lane number 6, the senior out of Quincy North Quincy, Sherry Danforth, the senior out of Barnstable. In lane number 7, Sydney Bourgeois, junior out of Franklin. In lane number 7.
Again, we could be looking, it's close. It's right now looking at lane 1. And lane 8.
Sneaking under us. Sydney Bourgeois. The junior out of Franklin.
I think Chavez, she has our top time so far at 26:23.
All the way back in heat number 1.
Number 1.
Evangelina Chavez, the junior out of Bridgewater Raynham, with an impressive swim back in heat 1 as we hit heat 5.
And this is the race right now. Our meet record is 23:63. Our top seed is 23:25.
Keep your eyes on lane number 4. That's Adeline Amon, sophomore out of Norwell. Lane number 1, Annie McLean, sophomore out of Canton. Lane number 2, Lydia Craft out of Seekonk. Jill DiPietro. And lane number 3, junior out of Medfield, Adeline Amon, sophomore out of Norwell. Lane number 4, Zuri Ferguson, sophomore out of Attleboro. Lane number 5, Maya Johnson, freshman out of Nantucket. And lane number 6, Julia Pelchat. And lane number 7, the senior out of Bishop Feehan, Audrey Hannigan, the sophomore out of Hanover, closest to us in 8.
And Amon looks like she may have gotten hung up on the block because it is Ferguson who powers to a 23:91 for the win. And all 8 of our swimmers were, our 8th swimmer was lane 4. That was Amon, 26:21. So we won't see Chavez crack the top 8, but she moves up quite a lot from heat 1, and our champion, Zuri Ferguson, unofficially out of Attleboro, 23:91.